Welcome. Thanks for joining me. Today I'm going to talk about the well-known and readily collectible blue and white pottery mug, which was produced by Western Stoneware Company in Monmouth, Illinois. These mugs come in two sizes. This is the more common, smaller mug that measures approximately 4.5 inches tall, and across the base measures approximately 3.25 inches. As you face toward the Indian profile, what you will notice is that there is a tree on the right-hand side of the Indian profile, and that there is foliage there on the left-hand side. As we spin this around again, what you'll see is that the reverse side has a well-known teepee, an Indian crouching over a fire, as you can see here. There's a tree to the left of the teepee and a tree and some foliage that you can see there on the right-hand side of the teepee. These are all common features of this mug. While most of the mugs that are smaller in size are marked with the Wesco or WSCO within the black diamond, if you look at the bottom of this one, it does not have a mark. Here is an example of another smaller blue and white pottery mug. And if you look at the bottom of this one, you will see that it has the well-known Wesco Monmouth, Illinois pottery mark within a black diamond. I would estimate that approximately 90% of the smaller mugs are marked on the bottom with this black diamond. These mugs are fairly easy to find, and most of them you will find in mint or near mint condition. There is a variant of this smaller mug that I would like to talk about today as well, and it is a mug that's similar in motif and arrangement to the traditional small blue and white pottery mug. But in this case, you will see that the two ridges that are here down from the lip of the mug are painted blue. This is an uncommon variant of the old Sleepy Eye pottery mugs made by Monmouth Pottery Company. And most of these that you'll find with the two bands will be unmarked, as you can see in this case. But because of the two bands that are around the mug, these mugs often will command a premium in valuation. Now there's a second variety of the well-known blue and white pottery mugs, which is larger. And I'll put this one up for you to see as well. The larger blue and white pottery mug measures about 4 3/4 inches in height and about 3 3/2 inches across the base. The molding again is similar, and the motif is similar to that of the smaller mug. One thing to notice that I need to bring your attention to as you're looking and trying to understand the different sizes of mugs is look here at the handle. On the larger mug, the handle on the lower side is attached much closer to the base of the mug. Look at this in contrast to the smaller mug again, in which the handle is attached much higher up on the side of the mug. So an important feature and distinction that you will see between the larger blue and white pottery mug and the smaller mug. The larger mugs are often unmarked, but as you can see in this case, this one does have the typical black Western Stoneware Company mark on the base. It's not uncommon for this diamond mark to be a bit blurry or to be harder to read. You'll see that some of them are easier to read and some of them are harder to read. Note that on this mug, and I'll try to make it easier for you to see there, You can see it a bit in the reflection that there is a faintly impressed number 18 on the bottom of this mug. The significance or meaning of these impressed numbers or impressed letters is really not known. It's certainly not known by me, and I've never heard of anyone who's known the significance of the lightly impressed numbers, as you can see on this case. So clearly, and this is what excites me, there's so much more for us to learn about collecting Old Sleepy Eye pottery. Again, if you have questions or other topics for me to cover, please submit them back to me, and I'll be sure to try to cover those topics or answer those questions for you in the future. Let's go back to this black Western Stoneware Company diamond mark that's here on the bottom. I would estimate on the larger mugs, like this one, only about 20% of them are actually marked. Let me show you another example of a large mug. Very similar in appearance to the last one that I showed you, but look here at the bottom. Here, the diamond mark, which is much easier to read, is in blue ink or in a blue color. This is fairly uncommon. I've only seen this blue diamond mark on the larger mugs and not on the smaller mugs. The smaller mugs, as I had mentioned, are often marked with a diamond Western Stoneware Company mark, but it's always in black. But here you can see on this larger mug a blue marking, and again, to go back, in contrast to the black marking that you see on this other large mug. There's an additional mug that I'd like to talk to you about today as well, which is this mug here. It is a stoneware mug, not pottery as the other examples are that I've shown today, but it was also produced by Western Stoneware. This mug was produced by Western Stoneware for only 2 years, from 1917 to 1918, which was during the war when the white clay became unavailable. But a beautiful piece, as you can see here, and notice the sharp detail in the mug on these mugs made out of stoneware, and the wonderful staining motif that you can see. These are extremely difficult mugs to find, and you will struggle to find them in mint condition. Now, I have never seen one of these pottery or one of these stoneware mugs that was made by Western Stoneware ever marked on the base, and I've never seen one that had the blue ridges here stained as we saw in the smaller pottery mug. As you likely realize that there are a set of 5 stoneware pitchers that were made around the same time as this stoneware mug was produced, and I'll discuss that set of 5 graduating sizes of pitchers in the future. You'll read and hear about people describing lemonade sets when it comes to mugs produced by Western Stoneware. This really refers to a collection of 6 mugs plus a number 5 pitcher, and together 6 mugs and a number 5 pitcher people have referred to as a lemonade set. As you can imagine, you can collect lemonade sets which are made out of the small mugs, the larger mugs, the blue banded mugs, as well as the stoneware mugs. There are other very rare mugs that were produced by Western Stoneware, various colors or staining motifs, but these that I covered today are the most common. I will discuss the rare variants in a future presentation. Thanks again for joining me today. Please subscribe to this channel by clicking on the subscribe link. So long.